The alien girl was ready to fight. Then he intervened. Zara crouched behind the twisted metal wreckage of her ship, her 3 hearts pounding in different rhythms. The crash had left her stranded on this unknown planet, and now the native creatures had found her. She could hear their heavy footsteps approaching through the dense forest. Her violet skin shimmered with defensive patterns as she gripped her plasma weapon. The Karathi were known throughout the galaxy as fierce warriors, and Zara would not go down without a fight. Her people had survived countless wars by never showing weakness. The footsteps stopped just beyond the tree line. Zara held her breath, waiting. Then she heard something unexpected. Voices speaking in a language she did not recognize, but their tone was not aggressive. It was concerned. A tall figure emerged from the trees. The creature walked on 2 legs like her, but its skin was a pale pink color instead of violet. It had strange hair growing from the top of its head, brown like tree bark. The being held up both hands, showing they were empty. "Hey there," the creature said softly. "We saw your ship crash. Are you hurt?" Zara did not understand the words, but something in the tone made her pause. Her weapon remained raised, but she did not fire. More creatures appeared, 3 others all looking similar but with different colorings. One had yellow hair like sunlight, another had dark skin and black hair, and the third had red hair like fire. The first one took a slow step forward. "My name is Jake," he said, pointing to himself. "Jake!" Zara's translation implant finally activated, processing the new language. She understood now. These were called humans, the dominant species on this world called Earth. "Stay back," she hissed, her weapon humming with energy. "I am Korethi." "We do not surrender." Jake raised his hands higher. "Nobody wants you to surrender. We just want to help." The yellow-haired human, a female called Lisa according to Zara's implant, stepped beside Jake. "You're bleeding," she said, pointing to Zara's arm where purple blood seeped through her uniform. Zara looked down at the wound she had ignored. The crash had injured her more than she realized. Her vision blurred slightly from blood loss. "Megan, get the medical kit," Jake called to the red-haired human. "And Alex, check if there are any other survivors in the wreckage." Zara watched in confusion as the humans scattered to help her. This made no sense. In her experience, when different species met, it always meant conflict. The strong dominated the weak. Yet these creatures were offering aid to someone who could kill them all. "Why?" she asked Jake, who remained near her with his hand still visible and empty. "Why what?" he replied gently. "Why help me? I am not your kind. I could be dangerous." Jake smiled, an expression Zara had never seen before. It made his face look kind instead of threatening. "Because you need help. That's reason enough." Megan returned with a white box full of medical supplies. "I don't know alien biology," she admitted, "but bleeding is usually bad for everyone." Zara's strength was fading. The plasma weapon felt heavy in her hands. Everything she had been taught about survival told her to fight. But these humans showed no hostility. Their behavior puzzled her more than any enemy strategy ever had. "Let us help you," Lisa said softly. "Please." For the first time in her life, Zara lowered her weapon. Jake immediately came forward, not to attack, but to catch her as she swayed on her feet. "Easy there," he said, supporting her weight. "We've got you." The humans worked together to treat her wounds using their primitive but effective medical supplies. Alex found no other survivors in her ship, but he salvaged what he could of her equipment. They built a shelter from the wreckage and gave her food from their own supplies. As night fell, they made a fire and sat around it. Zara had never experienced anything like this. Enemies sharing warmth and food, telling stories and laughing together. The humans included her in their conversations even though she was clearly different. "Where are you from?" Megan asked, genuinely curious. Zara pointed up at the stars. "Karathi Prime, 3 systems away. We are warriors. We fight to survive." "Must be lonely," Jake observed. The comment surprised Zara. Lonely was not a concept her people discussed. They lived for battle, for proving strength. But sitting here with these strange, kind creatures, she realized Jake was right. It was lonely. "Your people," she said slowly. "They are weak. No weapons, no armor. How do you survive?" Alex laughed. "We help each other. When someone falls down, others pick them up. When someone is hungry, we share food. When someone is in danger, we protect them." "Even strangers?" Zara asked. "Especially strangers," Lisa replied. "Anyone can help their friends. It takes courage to help someone you don't know." Zara stared into the fire, trying to understand. But what if they betray you? What if they take advantage of your kindness? Sometimes they do, Jake admitted. But most of the time they don't. And the times they don't make it worth the risk. Over the following days, the humans helped Zara repair her communication equipment. They brought her supplies from their nearby town and refused any payment. Children came to stare at her in wonder, not fear. Adults offered friendship instead of challenges. When her rescue ship finally arrived, Zara felt something she had never experienced before. She did not want to leave. Captain Thorne of the Karathi rescue vessel was confused by what he found. "Why did you not eliminate the primitives?" he asked Zara privately. "They could have learned our technology become a threat." Zara looked back at Jake and his friends, who were saying goodbye with sadness in their eyes. "They are not primitives, Captain. They are something else entirely." "What are they, then?" Zara paused, searching for words to describe what she had learned. "They are what we could become, if we chose strength through unity instead of strength through conflict." Captain Thorne scoffed. "Weakness will get them conquered by the first hostile species they encounter." But as their ship departed Earth, Zara watched the small blue planet growing smaller and realized Captain Thorne was wrong. She had seen true strength in those humans, the strength to show kindness to strangers, to help without expecting reward, to build communities based on cooperation instead of domination. The humans had taught her that the greatest warriors were not those who could destroy their enemies, but those who could turn enemies into friends. They had shown her that real power came not from fear, but from love and trust. When Zara returned to Karathi Prime, she brought with her more than just the story of her rescue. She brought a new understanding of what civilization could be. And though it would take time, she began to share that understanding with others. Some called her ideas foolish. Others called them dangerous. But a few listened and they began to change. They started helping instead of always fighting. They offered cooperation instead of only demanding submission. Years later, when the Karathi made official contact with Earth, it was not as conquerors but as friends. The humans welcomed them with the same kindness they had shown to one crashed pilot, and the galaxy became a little bit brighter. Zara never forgot the lesson Jake and his friends had taught her, that sometimes the bravest thing a warrior can do is put down their weapon and extend their hand in friendship instead. It was a lesson that changed not just her, but her entire species, proving that even the smallest acts of kindness can have the greatest impact across the stars.